What is up, everybody? It's Animac here for AnimeUproar, and first off, I want to thank you all for the support and positive feedback that you've been giving us on the video ranking the entire demon clan from weakest to strongest. That video was definitely a lot of work, and I was actually planning to make it for a long time, and I kept feeling guilty for not making it sooner, so the outpouring of support really means a lot to me. Thank you. Since that video went live, we've had a ton of requests to rank the entire goddess clan from weakest to strongest as well. So in this video, I will be doing exactly that. Always feel free to give me your video requests either in the comments or on Twitter and Instagram at AnimeUproar. And of course, if you like this type of content and you want to see more, you can leave a like to let me know. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Now, we don't know quite as much about the goddess clan as we do about the demon clan. The goddesses are still very mysterious and very sexy. Fortunately for this video, the things that we do know about the goddesses are mostly related to their powers, so we do have a good idea of their strength and combat capabilities. Just a quick warning, there will be manga spoilers in this video. A lot of the information that we have about the goddess clan hasn't even been revealed yet in the anime, so we do have to rely on manga material. You have been warned. Let's start it off with the Druids. Now, the Druids are human, not goddesses, but they are a unique group of humans that live in isolation inside the forest and have a special connection to the goddess clan. Members of the goddess clan are known for a number of unique abilities, including the power to heal, the ability to fly, the ability to purge and destroy dark souls such as the souls of demons, and so on. The Druids worship the goddess clan, and they consider the demon clan to be their natural enemy. Unlike other ordinary humans, the Druids are much more in touch with nature, with animals, and with the spirit world. And they are able to perform magical spells and techniques that normal humans cannot. These spells include the ability to heal, as well as the power to destroy dark and corrupt souls, such as the souls of demons. And these are all techniques that they share with the goddess clan. It is believed that these techniques were taught to the Druids by the goddess clan as a reward for their devotion to the goddesses. Fun fact, Hendrickson was born into the Druid clan inside the holy Druid land of Ishtar before going on to become a holy knight in the kingdom of Leonis. And Zaratras, the former great holy knight, is also a member of the Druids. Although the goddess clan was on the winning side of the holy war from 3,000 years ago, they suffered tremendous losses. And in order to seal away the demon clan, members of the goddess clan had to sacrifice their ability to maintain physical form. However, at this point in the story, they can still possess inanimate objects such as a sword, or they can use the body of another living being as a vessel. And that brings us to Jenna and Zaneri. The two of them are currently serving as the leaders of the Druids in the holy land of Ishtar, but there is more to them than that. Jenna and Zaneri were actually born as goddesses, and they took part in the Holy War 3,000 years ago. At one point, they became disillusioned with the war and with the goddess clan, so they decided to escape. They eventually possessed the bodies of two twin human sisters who, by the time the goddesses met them, were too injured and malnourished to be saved. And so Jenna and Zaneri used these human bodies to hide and escape the goddesses. At this point in the story, they continue to live as humans and serve as the leaders of the Druids. Both Jenna and Zaneri have interesting powers and abilities, such as creating powerful illusions, manipulating lightning, and as goddesses, they are thought to be capable of using Arc, an incredible power which generates spheres and beams of light that can disintegrate enemies, and this power is especially effective against the demon clan. Jenna and Zaneri's highest recorded combat class or power level is 3000 for both. But knowing how the 7 Deadly Sins series works, it wouldn't surprise me if their true power was dormant and therefore far higher than we think. I mean, just look at Meliodas and how much stronger he turned out to be than it appeared at first glance. And speaking of Meliodas, it is worth noting that Zaneri seems to have a crush on him. What is it with this guy and the goddesses? They can't seem to get enough of him. He's like a goddess magnet. At any rate, Jenna and Zaneri appear to be lower ranked goddesses, and we can assume that there were many other lower ranked members of the goddess clan flying about until they lost their ability to maintain a physical form following the previous holy war. Next up is Jelamit. a former Divine Lance Corporal of the Goddess Clan. Jelamet took part in the previous Holy War, and she is believed to be the one who informed the Goddess Clan that the Goddess Elizabeth was having a relationship with Meliodas, the son of the Demon King. After the Holy War, she lost her physical body like the other goddesses, but eventually she managed to possess the body of the Troll Queen. She brainwashed other trolls to help her invade the Druid Holy Land of Ishtar and take control of a sacred altar. And she did this because the altar had a special connection to the mysterious celestial realm, the homeland of the Goddess Clan. Jelamet intended to use the altar to free the goddesses and then get revenge on Elizabeth, Jenna, and Zaneri, whom she considers to be traitors to the Goddess Clan. However, Jelamet's plan was ultimately thwarted by Meliodas and the 7 Deadly Sins. We do not know Jelamet's exact power level, but we know that she had the ability to use Arc, as well as Breath of Bless, which is an ability that only higher ranked members of the Goddess Clan are able to use. Breath of Bless bestows extra strength onto a person of the goddess's choosing, but it also brainwashes that person into becoming fanatically loyal to the Goddess Clan to the point that they are even willing to sacrifice their own life for the goddesses. Jelamet is first introduced in a side story called Queen of the Altar, which has so far been told through extra material throughout volumes 23 to 32 of the manga. Then we have Nerobasta. She may not be best girl, but this member of the Goddess Clan is definitely breast girl. I mean, seriously, feast your eyes, you puny mortals. Like Jelamet, Nerobasta was also a Divine Lance Corporal during the previous Holy War, meaning that she is one of the higher ranked goddesses. And she was actually a direct subordinate of the Archangel Ludoshell, one of the strongest and most important members of the Goddess Clan. After the demons were sealed away in the Coffin of Eternal Darkness, Nerobasta lost her physical form like the other goddesses, and she was sealed inside a sword. This sword was ultimately used by Denzel as he offered up his own body as a vessel for Nerobasta in the hopes that she would save everyone from the commandments. However, after easily killing a few lesser demons, Nerobasta realized that she was no match for the 10 commandments and she tried to escape. But she was ultimately destroyed by Darieri of the 10 commandments. It is difficult to say exactly how strong Nerobasta is. We don't have an exact power level for her, and we don't know how strong she would be if she was inside her own body rather than possessing the body of a mere human. The same applies for the previous Divine Lance Corporal we discussed, Jelabet, who was possessing the body of a troll. But I chose to put Nerobasta ahead of Jelabet because Nerobasta was a direct subordinate of the Archangel Ludoshell, and she was entrusted with guarding the gate to the Celestial Realm during the previous Holy War, which seems to indicate that the Goddess Clan had a high degree of confidence in Nerobasta's abilities. Now, the Goddess Clan is mostly made up of female beings, as the name would suggest. But like the Demon Clan and their 10 commandments, the goddesses also have their own special elite force known as the Four Archangels. These 4 Archangels are powerful angelic figures who, unlike the other known members of the Goddess Clan, are actually male. First up, we have the Archangels Tarmiel and Sariel. Tarmiel and Sariel are 2 of the 4 Archangels, and we have to consider them as a pair because so far we've always seen them fighting together as a sort of dynamic duo. Along with the usual Goddess Clan abilities such as Arc and Healing, as Archangels, Tarmiel and Sariel also possess graces, special powers created for each Archangel by the Supreme Deity herself. Sariel's grace is Tornado, the ability to generate a fierce tornado around him that can tear his enemies into pieces. And Tarmiel's grace is Ocean, the ability to create a powerful ocean that can be used to trap his enemies. Both Sariel and Tarmiel have proven to be able to recover from heavy amounts of physical damage. And Tarmiel can also turn his own body into liquid, which allows him to dodge attacks. We know that Tarmiel and Sariel are able to face off against multiple commandments at the same time, and in that sense they are far beyond the power level of someone like Nerobasta. Although, to be fair, they could not measure up to Darieri and Monspeed in their Endura forms. While these two make a very strong team, Sariel and Tarmiel are clearly the 2 weakest members of the 4 Archangels. Next up is the Goddess Elizabeth. The daughter of the Supreme Deity and one of the highest ranked goddesses, the Goddess Elizabeth is the original incarnation of Elizabeth Leonis, whom we meet at the beginning of the series. Because she fell in love with Meliodas, the son of the Demon King, Elizabeth was cursed by her mother, the supreme deity, so that she would constantly keep being reincarnated as a human for all eternity. And Meliodas, who was cursed with immortality by the Demon King, would be destined to keep losing her over and over again. Although the goddess Elizabeth hated violence, and although she opposed the Holy War, she is nonetheless one of the strongest members of the goddess clan. While her abilities are not necessarily offensive in nature, they can still be very effective. For example, Elizabeth is able to face off against both Derriere and Monspeed in their Endura forms and purify them with her powers so that they are knocked unconscious and turned back into their normal forms instead of killed. Elizabeth also has the ability of empathy, which allows her to speak directly to the hearts of her opponents and make them lose the will to fight. And she was able to do this to an entire army of demons. The Archangel Mael compares Elizabeth's strength to the strength of Meliodas and the Archangel Ludoshell, which in itself gives us a good idea of just how powerful the goddess Elizabeth was in her original body. However, we don't have an exact power level for her at this time. Next up after Elizabeth is the Archangel Ludoshell. Only in anime can a badass, overpowered dude also be a top tier waifu at the same time, and Ludoshell is living proof of that. The leader of the Four Archangels, Ludoshell is a ruthless member of the goddess clan who wanted to exterminate the entire demon clan during the previous Holy War. He was directly responsible for the deaths of many members of the demon clan, including Derriere's sister. And in the present time, Ludoshell just happens to be possessing the body of Princess Margaret, the sister of Elizabeth Leonis and the highest quality waifu in the entire series, in my opinion. I mean, just think about it. Gil Thunder is a guy with pink hair who is, let's face it, pretty weak compared to the entire main cast of the series. And yet, Margaret still loves him, she would do anything for him, and she is extremely dedicated to him. If I were to pick any waifu in the Seven Deadly Sins, it would definitely be Margaret. Although if I were to pick the hottest girl, I would totally pick Derriere. Impure thoughts. Impure thoughts. Anyway, along with the usual powers that a high-ranked member of the goddess clan possesses, Ludoshell also has a grace called Flash, which enables him to move extremely quickly and makes him one of the fastest characters in the entire series. Even in Margaret's body, Ludoshell's power level has been measured at 201,000, which is considerably higher than even the highest ranked demons like Chandler and Cusack. And Ludoshell is also strong enough to take on several commandments on his own at the same time. Just like with Elizabeth, it is impossible to say exactly how strong Ludoshell would be in his own original body. And since Ludoshell's power has been compared to the goddess Elizabeth by Mael, it is difficult to definitively determine which of them is stronger. I placed Ludoshell ahead of Elizabeth on this list because even though they are both extremely powerful in their original bodies, Ludoshell has the additional advantage of his grace, which gives him super speed, and he is also far more ruthless and aggressive than Elizabeth. Unlike Elizabeth, who doesn't like violence and she does her best to prevent anyone from dying, Ludoshell is brutal, and if they were ever forced to fight to the death, Ludoshell's personality along with his grace would probably give him the edge over Elizabeth. But this is just educated speculation at this point, because we don't have enough solid information on the goddess Elizabeth to say for sure. And then we come to the Archangel Mael. The younger brother of the mass-murdering angel waifu Ludoshell, Mael is confirmed to be the strongest out of the Four Archangels and the single most powerful warrior of the goddess clan. His strength is second only to the supreme deity, the ruler of all the goddesses. Even without his grace called Sunshine, which is currently possessed by Escanor, Mael's power level is believed to be over 200,000. And just knowing how strong Escanor is, we can only imagine the extent of Mael's power if he still had Sunshine in his possession. During the previous Holy War, Mael's strength was said to rival even the strength of Meliodas, and it was only after Mael was taken out of the picture by the original Gother that the Holy War finally ended, because without Mael, the goddess clan could not eliminate all the demons, and they were forced to sacrifice their own physical bodies in order to seal the demons away inside the coffin of eternal darkness. For 3,000 years, Mael was believed to have been killed by Estarossa, until we later learned that Mael was not dead at all. but I won't get into too many details in case you're not caught up to the manga. Needless to say, you definitely should read the manga because it's absolutely amazing right now. But what really matters for the purposes of this video is who is the strongest, and Mael is definitely the strongest member of the Goddess Clan aside from one single being, and that being is the Supreme Deity. The ruler of all the goddesses, the Supreme Deity is the mother of the goddess Elizabeth and the undisputed strongest member of the Goddess Clan. The Supreme Deity is the only being whose power is said to be equivalent to the Demon King himself. And we know that she has some insanely overpowered abilities. For instance, she has the power to bestow graces upon the Archangels, to create nearly unbreakable curses such as the one she placed on Elizabeth, to control the elements, and to destroy entire cities as was the case with Belialwyn. The Supreme Deity has immunity against all demonic curses, and in general, the Supreme Deity's light-based powers would be extremely effective against members of the Demon Clan. As with the Demon King, we do not have an exact power level for the Supreme Deity, and we haven't seen very much of her at all as she is believed to reside in the Celestial Realm. However, if she really is as strong as the Demon King himself, then her power level could be well over 500,000, and therefore far higher than any other power level that we have seen to date. Because of Meliodas' various trips to Purgatory, we have actually seen the Demon King in action much more than the Supreme Deity. But I hope that sometime in the future we will get to see the Supreme Deity demonstrate the full extent of her power. And that is it, the Goddess Clan and all known members of the Goddess Clan ranked from weakest to strongest. Thank you so much for watching and supporting this channel. And if you'd like to support more content like this in the future, you can check out our online store where we have original anime-inspired merch like this Praise the Sun shirt created by pro artist Kuzomari. You can also leave a like on this video, and if you're new to the channel, you can subscribe and hit that notification bell. Requests for future videos are welcome both in the comments and on Twitter and Instagram at AnimeUproar. Be sure to give us a follow. And if you actually made it to the very end of this video and didn't just click off as soon as I said that the ranking portion was done, you can let me know by typing #GoddessMagnet down in the comments. As always, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, see ya, Space Cowboys.